Hi, I'm John Swanson. I'm a conservationist in Central Iowa. I lead a team of amazing conservationists who work for the government, and we go out and we do everything from water quality to flood control to habitats. We work with water, and we work every day to treat it and make it better. Here we are standing what we call the Helland Wetland. It's upstream of one of our favorite recreational lakes in Central Iowa, Big Creek Lake. This was actually the first wetland that we installed through the wetland wave. And wetlands like this, installed upstream, they provide flood storage, they improve water quality. And on this farm, as we stand here today, we found a relatively unused corner of the farm that was a win for the landowner. And as you cross this farm, you'll also find saturated buffers and bioreactors and cover crops. And the whole toolbox is represented on this farm with my favorite piece, this wetland behind us, which I can't wait to duck hunt with the landowner this fall. Polk County in Central Iowa has a very unique water situation. In fact, that we are the largest metropolitan area in Iowa, and just the fact that why is Des Moines in the center of Polk County, was it built here? And really it was because it was the confluence of the Des Moines and Raccoon rivers, two major river systems coming together, but we're surrounded by agriculture. So for us, we have to really think about what water is coming down to us. And in many cases, what's happening upstream of us is agricultural areas. And those agricultural areas naturally have nutrients that come off of those landscapes and come down and can cause some impairments in our water. And for us, one of the concerns we deal with when it comes to those nutrients is drinking water standards, and we have to make sure that that water is clean enough to drink. We're also thinking about recreation. Recreation is a big thing in Central Iowa. Is that water clean enough to recreate in? Many of these practices that we work on in our watersheds is about holding the water, slowing it down, reducing flooding, and if you slow water down, it's gonna be filtered and it's gonna be cleaner. There is no silver bullet to these issues. These issues are complex and they're difficult. We're investing in a lot of upstream solutions at Polk County. For one, we know that in Iowa, upstream of us, tile-drained agricultural fields are delivering a lot of nutrients down to us. And so we've aligned with partners to go upstream and install what we call saturated buffers and bioreactors. And what Polk County has done is we've developed a grouping approach where we actually target farms, we group together installs, we generally install around 50 at a time. We call it the batch and build approach. And the idea here is we focus on a single issue. Maybe that issue is we want to treat tile outlets with saturated buffers. We then use the best of the best science to find out where can those all work. Like let's actually target farms. What if we installed like groupings of practices? Could we be more efficient with design? Could we be more efficient with construction of them, with engineering of them? So that's what we did. So batch build at the end of the day is targeting practices. We bid projects out in groupings, and we've seen an uptick in some cases with saturated buffers and bioreactors. We installed 6 in 5 years. We then launched the batch and build program. We've installed 185 in 4 years. And we've now seen that model work time and time again. And we've taken those lessons about targeting and methodical outreach and using the best of the best science, and we're now applying it to wetlands. And that is why we have so many wetlands now in the works. We launched what we call our Wetland Wave program. To be honest, before we launched our program, we were 0 for 6 on big agricultural wetlands upstream of us. And we're like, well, we can't be doing worse than we're doing now. Fast forward 18 months, we've constructed about 10 wetlands. We have another 30 under design. So 40 wetlands in the plans right now going on the land upstream of us, improving water quality, reducing flooding. But when we think about some of our most successful partnerships, one of them, our local co-op, Heartland Co-op. You're all probably gonna meet Ruth McCabe at your event. Ruth is a powerhouse, but we aligned because we quickly understood what each other was good at. I'm John, I'm with the government. And a lot of times me knocking on farmers' doors like, hi, I'm John, I'm with the government, I'm here to help you, is not the best intro. Honestly, the door is more open for them. That's an easy partnership, and we realized that each of us were good at different things. We've used almost 40 different funding sources in the last 8 years. And turns out you can leverage private and public dollars extremely well by finding good projects, layering on some flexible pieces of funding, and you'll get those private dollars to stretch hugely far. You'll have donors that can drive by a wetland and say, I helped make that happen. What would it take to get you to install this project? And if you can ask that question in a safe space, you will get answers that will make you think outside the box about how you've been doing conservation, how you've been thinking about water, how you've been thinking about partnerships, because that's what it takes to get projects. You have to really know who you're working with. If you want to see things ramp up, you have to ask those big questions and not be afraid to say, wow, what we're doing is really not working. We may be just failing and we got to change some stuff up, and then comes good things. Big thing that's up next for us is we're looking at a watershed. We're looking at methodically analyzing that watershed and all the pieces of water, and on the front end targeting large wetlands and taking wetlands to a watershed approach, because that's what we think we're truly going to stop some of these bigger flood events. That's how we think we're going to treat thousands and thousands of acres at a time. So next year we're going to be launching an urban batch and build, and we expect to see at least 500 practices a year going in people's front yards. Well, people, they're going to be delivered as simply a checkbox, and they could be like, I want a rain garden, a rain barrel, I want improved soils, I want native trees, and we'll have a delivery mechanism to deliver that and a payment process to split that cost with them. It's been tested and it's going to kill it next year. You find good projects, you will bring people together, you will find the funding, but start with what are your goals and what are the projects to achieve that goal. Make it that simple and people will want to work with you and you will start achieving your goals. Hi, I'm John Swanson. I'm with the government and here to help you.